I'm Mark Cernicky, Associate Editor at Cycle World Magazine, and I'm here at Yavapai Downs at the last Grand National race of the year. For a week, when I found out that I could come and ride these twins, I was super excited. Who gets to do that? Cycle World. I'm a Nicky Hayden fan, so it was awesome to see him ride it at Indy. I wasn't there, but I saw a little bit of videos. And it's really cool to figure out that the boys that hold it on the latest and the deepest and get these chassis sorted out to handle the corner entry speed is how essentially racing gets done. It's nice to see these brands like this beautiful Ducati, and had a chance to ride around and listen to it today for myself. I stayed in fourth gear. They say the boys use the fifth gear, but I didn't have that for them today, and I wanted to bring it back nice and shiny like you see it. And if I was in fifth gear, I couldn't promise that. Well, all of them are awesome to ride, but this one's a little twitchy. Had a hairy back brake, and you really got to watch rider input because these things are way more twitchy than I'd ever thought. It says a lot for the riders that they're out there for 25 laps giving it all they got when these things, if you give it a little too much, things get really hairy. And maybe it adds to how nervous I was, so then it's just multiplication right there. It sure is fun to ride, and it's pretty eye-opening to realize what these guys are fighting against to get this mile done. This Monster Energy Kawasaki is first time I took it around at speed, I felt pretty comfortable. Like I said, the chassis is pretty balanced, and the harder I rode it, the smaller it felt. And then I went to fifth, on this one. And then I realized what a sissy I am by not getting the thing sideways around the whole corner, and I was a little ashamed of myself that I couldn't ride it harder. I just wish the seat went a little bit more up on the gas tank, because I felt like I could scoot up on this one more than the other ones. It's incredible that these different manufacturers are getting involved, and they're winning races and raising the bar on competition and dirt track. And I like watching dirt track, I like participating, and I'd like to see more factory involvement to just highlight what an awesome sport this is, and it's American peanut butter and jelly racing, and it should be as popular as NASCAR, and I think with the right kind of backing, and they could get it done. Dirt track is bringing it home to American blood of racing, and right here on the bike, that's the essence of the sport. And learning how to shift and brake on the same side. This is the lightest, twitchiest Harley I've ever ridden, and way different than I anticipated. I thought it'd be a little lazy and heavy, but this thing is pretty light and agile. That you're going, over 100 miles an hour into a dirt corner, that you have to judge traction and judge, speed and engine braking, and using the shifter on the same side and how much braking feel you got. Again, the thing works a lot better. It's a lot twitchier than I would imagine any other Harley working. Yeah, versus the 450, 450 is light, and it's really easy to read what's going on with the chassis. Kind of leaves a lot up to the rider. This thing is tuned to its rider already, so it's real accurate, and it's got accurate feel and accurate steering, and it's got a lot of flywheel, so it doesn't have a lot of engine braking. So I realized right away on my 450 I didn't even need the rear brake, and on this thing I was glad the rear brake worked. KTM powered, huh? KTM, this thing does have a lot of power. 25 laps of wrestling one of these things around a mile and trying to hold it to the pole and then try to open the gas. After the experience, it just shows me how gnarly these guys are and how much could be learned from the sport, and chassis geometry and power delivery and all these things. It'd be awesome to see some factory involvement to see how fast these things could really get going. These guys are brave. and they're inches apart from each other. Man, no one gives them enough credit, and it's cool to have that chance to try it, because entering into turn 1 on a mile, to try to put that into words, there isn't really a lot of like words that I could say on camera to use, but you know, besides taking your breath away and your eyes bugging out and things like that, it's an awesome experience, and I'm really glad that these guys gave me a chance. And Arizona Yepavai Downs gave us a chance to turn these laps, and the AMA people are so awesome to have us out here this weekend. I had an awesome time, and this thing kind of accentuates it all, because this thing was lively, and if I'm leaving off on this KTM, I'll be scared till next time I ride it.